Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today, I want to talk about why Infinite Warfare is the way it is. Infinite Warfare is an incredibly safe Call of Duty to make. Believe it or not, when we look at Black Ops 3 and we look at Infinite Warfare, they are very similar. And as the title says, this is why Infinity Ward became Treyarch. You see, whether we're talking about old Infinity Ward, now Respawn, or new Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Ghost, Infinity Ward was the lead Call of Duty makers, in my opinion. They were, at least everyone can agree on, the real innovators in Call of Duty. They introduced a killstreak and create a class system in Call of Duty 4, which Treyarch adapted into World at War. In Modern Warfare 2, they pushed the envelope further with customizable killstreaks, to which then Black Ops 1 and Treyarch adapted to their game. In Modern Warfare 3, they introduced a whole new type of killstreak system. It wasn't a killstreak system anymore, it was a point streak system, rewarding you for various objective things as well as 3 different tiers of killstreaks. You have your assault, support, or your specialist killstreak. Now, of course, Treyarch didn't incorporate this into Black Ops 2, instead improving their own create a class system with the Pick 10 system. But that doesn't really matter, because even in Call of Duty Ghost, they took the Pick 10 system and made it even better. They pushed it, they innovated. Even what Treyarch did, they innovated on that with their own create a class system, customizing each perk, individually balancing each perk while maintaining their score streak or their point streak system with assault, support, and specialist. Not only that, but they introduced map specific kill streaks and field orders, and the scoreboard changed. There were so many little innovations, even to the create a class system, like I mentioned before, that is like the pick 12 system, but the squad based system where each prestige was a different squad member. While this sounds all fine and dandy, right? Doesn't Infinity Ward innovate? That's so great, yes, but Infinity Ward is also responsible for death streaks, for one-man army, for noob tubes, for IEDs, for guard dogs, for EMPs and stealth bombers and juggernauts in the support strike package. They're responsible for Dead Man's Hand and Forget You Last Stand. They're responsible for, like I said, guard dogs and IEDs and riot shield C4s. But here's the thing. At least they're trying. At least they're taking risks. Infinity Ward, from the style of game that they create, from the style of game that I see that they create, they have so many creative and fun ideas. Every time an Infinity Ward game got released, there were new weird perks, there was new different stuff. The entire Call of Duty experience was at least attempted to be improved upon and made better, or changed in some cool, fun way. Now, sometimes this led to the specialist kill streaks, where it was so much fun to get all the perks in the game and it was amazing. But other times it led to the recon drone, the EMP, and the stealth bomber sort of innovations, and the death streak innovations. You know, death streaks were actually made for people who got spawn trapped a whole lot in Call of Duty 4. They wanted to give those people a chance, a fair chance, at fighting back within a match. There was good heart behind the death streaks. Infinity Ward doesn't play it safe. And that is why I loved Infinity Ward. But with Infinite Warfare, they played it safe. Instead of pushing the envelope forward and balancing support kill streaks, having the specialist kill streak come back, the assault support and specialist kill streak come back, they went to the Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 score streak system. Instead of returning and refining their ever so elegant and fun, complex as well, create a class system where attachments were free and each perk was individually balanced, they went to the Pick 10 system, like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. And they incorporated the specialists as well. Infinite Warfare is Infinity Ward's take at a Treyarch game. They're trying to play it safe. There are very few, if any, innovations in Infinite Warfare, and that is why, at least in part, I believe that Infinite Warfare is not as critically acclaimed as Black Ops 3 is, because on paper, Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare are very similar games. Don't get me wrong, it's still an Infinity Ward game. You know, the weapons are still super fun and balanced. There's a whole lot to like. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. There's a whole lot to like about Infinite Warfare, even the multiplayer. The new maps, the new DLC maps that they just came out with, I really like because they're so much like the Call of Duty Ghosts DLC maps, and they're like the Modern Warfare 3 maps and the Modern Warfare 2 maps. They're big enough, that they're complex enough, that the advanced movement plays a minimal part in the map flow, and that is fantastic. You still get those quirky, weird perks that we all know and love from Infinity Ward. That there is a ping in there, there is a form of ICU in there. Granted, it's behind this specialist system and this playing it safe sort of specialist system, but it's still there at least. But I can't help but feel that they were under pressure from Activision to make a safe Call of Duty because of the backlash from Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts as a brand horribly just demeaned and ruined in the community's eyes. Everybody hates Call of Duty Ghosts. There's a whole bunch of reasons that I could get into why people hate Call of Duty Ghosts, but we will do that in a different day. But the fact is, people dislike Ghosts, so anything from Ghosts was very tricky to implement into Infinite Warfare, at least in my speculation. Because people dislike Ghosts, they associate their hatred and their dislike of Ghosts to all of the different mechanics in Call of Duty Ghosts. No matter if they were good or bad, that's just how people work. So what I hope to happen in the coming years of Call of Duty, especially now, I want to make a video on this as well, the community is so separated. They like this, they don't like that. We have a community for everything involved in Call of Duty. We have a community that loves the simplistic 357 kill streak system that we have in COD 4 and World at War. We have a player base that loves the Pick 10 system. We have a player base that loves the Call of Duty Ghost creator class system, like myself. There's a community that loves jetpacks and advanced movement, and you old folks can't get used to it, so that's why you hate it. I really hope with World War II, Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer understand that they are never going to please everybody, especially because this community is so huge. They're so big on what they like, what they dislike. If somebody likes something, chances are there's a whole different group of community, a group that dislikes the thing that that person likes. You just gotta dedicate yourself. Infinity Ward, go for that complex maps. Go for your boots on the ground strategy that you know you do very well. I loved Call of Duty Ghosts. Make Ghost 2. I would take that. I would buy that. Don't name it Ghost 2 because that's like marketing suicide. But anyway, Treyarch, you have a formula, and you are really baller at that formula. Black Ops 3 is one of the most consistent Call of Duties ever made. You take away the advanced movement, really solid Call of Duty if you added in footsteps and complex maps. But no, Treyarch, you do you best. Sledgehammer, whatever you want to do it. You are in a unique position to create your own style of Call of Duty, but we all have to understand that not every Call of Duty is for everybody. Developers, make the game that you want to play and people are going to buy it. Don't make a game for someone else. Make the game for you. But that's all I have time for today. Tell me your guys' thoughts on Infinite Warfare and innovation, and did Infinity Ward play it safe this year? Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.